Hello? Hello, Bryan?
Yeah, just a minute. Hey, listen, sorry, I don't have a lot of time. It's Bryan from This, That, and the Other. Look, okay, I want to tell you everything. I want to tell you the truth about wood. You want to know about the real stuff? You want to know why the earth is hollow and why we're being run by aliens? You want to know about the stuff they're putting in your Gatorade and why you should be eating your dogs and why renewable resources are a lie and we're living inside of a hologram. And I'll tell you all this, but you have to listen to This, That, and the Other. You have to subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. Don't tell Sam though. Don't tell him.
Ryan, what are you doing? Are you making an ad without me?
No, listen, I gotta go. Subscribe to This, That, and the Other.
You bastard.
9/11 was a lie. What happened to buildings?
And what's hood, y'all? Welcome back to another episode where you can roll one with a compa. We out here, dog, live and posted. Shouts out to Binge on this, dog. Find us on the YouTube, like, subscribe, and hit those bells on so you can get notified whenever I pop off, whenever Perry News hits you with the happy news, whenever you have Sam of all trades hitting you up with the screenwriting business, where you have Universal Dreams coming at you to give you some financial TIP, you feel me? Or, more importantly, where you can also catch This, That, and the Other with the homies Bryan and Sam Loke. And, of course, yours truly, dog. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting the notification bell. And more important, dog, thank you for jumping into the comments, Loke. I am here with you. Ask me a few questions, dog. If I can make a topic out of it, well, let's talk, homie. One-on-one, you feel me? So shout out to all of you, dog, listening and tuning in and giving the homie a shout out. We're still working it out. I got a few more kinks to finesse. But that's the come up, no, that's the get down. So we trying, Loke. I'm gonna work with an outline one of these days. I'm telling you, I'm kind of working these off the cuff, mainly because I do about 40 plus a week work-wise. We all know talking shit don't really pay the bills unless you can censor yourself and sell yourself really well. But dog, I'm like a shot of Maskell. One or two will get you hooked, and 3 and 4, dog, you better have a homie. Nah, I'm just playing. This week's convo topic discussion. I want to talk about Dia de los Muertos, Loke. Like, that's right around the corner. Right after Halloween. Oh man, don't you just love it when motherfuckers just be dressed as sugar skulls and you're out and I don't know why, and they're all like, it's cute. It's not. Stop. You're looking like fucking clowns, homie. I didn't even sign up to come to the circus. I need you to go home, shit. But I guess I can come off that, like, around that. I'm not gonna front and or lie. But yeah, homie, Dia de los Muertos, that's my holiday. I fucking live and die for it. It's something that speaks to me ever since I was a child. And I don't mean since people saw it in and blood out. Shout out to that fool though. That fool included the entire, like, from everywhere and every place and everything. It was mad wild. But it's just a little, I want to call it, slice of pie that our culture kind of has, and it kind of brings into some very deep roots, you feel me? Yeah, I get mad, annoyed when the sugar skulls become a meme or a decoration at fucking Party City, or you go to 99-cent stores and they're on cups. Like, what are y'all even doing out there with your lives? It has a deeper significance. Us relating death to our basic forms, which is basically bones, Has nothing to do with being a tabletop decoration. That's not how you make an altar. That's not how you bring about the spirits of your deceased. And it's not even about bringing them back forward to you. It's about you empowering them. They need of you. It's fucking dope, loke. If you took time to understand and go back to where you're from, being Mesoamerican, Chicano, Latino, whatever you want to call yourself in this fucking rainbow era, if you took time to go back home and like go to the places where it was natural to us, and just see how they get down, how we get down, you'd be amazed and shocked. Like you're not removed from it. You're not that far away from it. You can call it a plane ride. You can call it a walk. You can call it a hike. You can call it a week's trip or whatever. But go back home to where your parents are from, where they quote unquote immigrated from, not where they migrated from. Human migrations are a thing. It doesn't only belong to ducks and birds and shit. You feel me? So watching people take the Day of the Dead and just pop it up on holidays, it's, I'm not gonna lie, I get triggered. I'm a delicate social warrior, I guess you can say. But I fight for it, homie. I got dead homies, dog, on the dead lokes. We out here. You're not gonna disrespect them like that. You're not gonna mock them like that. Because that's not how we get down out here. That's not how we function. Like, we're here to empower them. Who are you reverencing? Who are you uplifting? Who are you holding down? These are very crucial questions that you gotta ask yourself sometimes, Loke. Because when it comes to Dia de los Muertos, it's not just about, eating with our loved ones. It's about empowering them to continue the journey that's in the afterlife that we tend to believe. It's to give them peace to know that we're still gonna make it without them. It's to show them that the impact they had in life was more than just them. You feel? Like it gets deeper than that. It's a whole deeper conversation. Death exists around us each and every single day, and every other culture tends to shy away from it because that's when quote unquote judgment comes. Let me keep it a stack with you. Judgment is personal. It has nothing to do with your peers outside of you, dog. Like, if you die guilty of some shit, good on you. Don't really give a fuck. You out here, I'm out here. I'm pretty sure ain't no one really gonna give a buck or a damn about what I had to say in life. I mean, shout out to you for listening right now. But in the long term, in the greater scheme of things, getting to know me on a day-to-day, on a personal level, yeah, I'm pretty sure people don't give a fuck, and it's cool. But the people that mean a lot to me, the people that impacted my growth and this shit like that, like, my culture allows me to give them a place to where I can show their spirit that they meant something to me, where we can break bread on a metaphysical level. That's deep, that's impactful, that's powerful. If you want to know how humanity gets down, bring a plate and utensils so you can share your culture with another. I said this before, and I may have been drunk as fuck then, and I may be faded as fuck now, but at the end of the day, the message don't really change. If you really want to break down a culture, sit down and eat with another one from that culture you're trying to intake or inhale. It goes deeper than that. Same thing with our customs. Again, we're not fucking cups. We're not banners. It doesn't mix. It doesn't correlate in my mind. It's a severe disconnect. I'm pretty sure the exact same way Jewish people, no disrespect, probably view a menorah on a fucking cup. Like, oh, okay, I guess. But I'm not down with that get down because we're not the ones making the bread, look. Like, they're taking generic shit and stapling it and calling it theirs, but it doesn't go back to our community. It doesn't go back to where our roots come from. Hell the fuck no. And that's probably the most disrespectful thing about everything. They're over here rocking with an image, trying to trademark it so they can fill their pockets and line their pockets while leaving the community out. And that's another form of fucking robbery that I'm not down with. And that's another form of bullshit that I struggle with because, homie, like, it's deeper than that. Y'all try to get a Christian flair and try to make that shit popping on a cup. See how quick they don't crucify you for that shit. It's fucking ridiculous. And we're supposed to sit here and take it because we're trying to assimilate? We're supposed to sit here and take it because we're trying to be all inclusive? Man, fuck that noise. But on some real G shit, if you wanna talk about decolonizing, remove yourself away from the 31st to the 3rd mentality that is Dia de los Muertos on these Christian Romantic Catholic ideals, and really, if you want to shake it up for 30 seconds, bring it back to August. That's when it was supposedly celebrated for 30 fucking days. And in that month of August, make a 3-day celebration where you invite people to build a community altar for their deceased, for their loved ones. Homie, look around your community. How many people don't die a day? And I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it is what it is. We out here thugging. Homie, we're literally like 9 months away from robbing season all over again. And if you don't know when that is, wait till school lets out. And I don't mean during the holidays, but hey, yo. I mean, shout out to the people that steal the packages from your blog, dog. I'm not mad at them. Get it how you live it, but dog, that shit was mine. You know what I mean? I'm partially bugging too, just because the topic of our culture, of our, I want to call them traditions, are deeper than that. And one thing that I also want to be sure to be made understood is the fact that every part of where we're from, whether it be from Tijuana to San Salvador to Peru, every place, every corner of these Americas has a way, a tradition, a custom of celebrating their dead. And you do yourself a disservice of considering only a Mexican holiday. It's a Mesoamerican one that goes deeper on the western side of the world, so much so that the Russians applied it to themselves, that other nations apply it to themselves. And I get it if, we were over there and we wanted to celebrate ourselves, like, yeah, they can put our shit on cups and shit like that. That's because they're over there. But over here, it's the exact same equivalent in reverence that they try to give the city of Jerusalem or whatever in the religious context. The city of pharaohs and kings and whatnot. Like, we're here. There's value in us. Our culture, our traditions, they ain't dead. Yeah, they're a little bit modified for your little fucking Christian eyes, but they're still here. They're still reverent. They're still relevant. And the craziest thing about everything is the fact that we have a subsect within this modern religion in which its deity is death, la Santa Muerte. The saint of death, the death of saint, or whatever you want to call it in English translation. And that's a mind-boggling endeavor too, that ties into the traditions, cultures, and customs that is the Day of the Dead, the Dia de los Muertos. We have a very different relationship with death. Those that share bloodline with the indigenous people of the Americas, those that are descended from what I call Mesoamericans, we may want to label ourselves differently, but the reality is we're not. The only thing that's different about us is the fact that we refuse to acknowledge the value that comes back from our roots, the value that comes from our backbone, what really makes us different, unique, and defines us. It's interesting to me that on the western side of the planet, there's a femicide going on that's not really talked about, but I feel that it has religious undertones, and that shit to me is, it's sickening if you really want to sit down and think about it. And if I apply a conspiracy theory to it, it can get really, really dark really quick. But, happy Halloween. In these relationships with death that we have warped Christ, if you would. We have warped their idea of Islam. We have warped their idea of Buddhism, because a lot of those other ideals were very absolute and finite. You know, they lived and breathed fire and brimstone. Over here, we gave serpents feathers and made them fly. It's a whole different set of rules and philosophies. So as it relates to death, as to why we revere them, why we acknowledge them, why we celebrate them, why we paint ourselves as them and go to cemeteries to feast with them, it's a psychological endeavor. It's a trip to be able to walk into a place and all you see is skull and bones under firelight. Whoo! It's kind of shocking in a very morbid kind of way, where it gives you a very twisted sense of peace if you're very Christian or Christian based in your beliefs, in that sense of good and evil, right and wrong, heaven and hell, demons and angels, because it wasn't like that. If you look at certain deities within the indigenous culture, the serpent skirted homegirl statue has 2 heads. Like, that shit's fucking wild. You look at the god Shitopek, or I'm fucking that fool's name up, but the flayed god of spring, and that fool's wearing other people's flesh because his own was so bright and golden that it just blinded everyone that saw him. So it's there's some wild ass beliefs that involve death as an everyday thing, and that's not even getting into the sacrifices that were made at temples that were public. Now that's again, other conversation for a different time. But as it correlates to El Dia de los Muertos, yeah, it's a big thing on our everyday lives that just doesn't exist on October 31st to November 3rd. If you want to truly label yourself as radical in these colonized times, you need to step away from All Hallows Eve and the Christian sanctity that is that, because it has nothing to do with us. They used it to continue to basically force us to denounce our beliefs or whatever. It's a farce and it's a lie. And it can rub anyone the wrong way, but the only place I can direct you to is a boat. Because if you think we're wrong out here, dog, that's where y'all got here. We were still trying to figure it out, if that makes any type of sense. And in that aspect of things, to me, El Dia de los Muertos continues to evolve and increase in conversation, because it's more than just a reverence of our dead, the spirits of our loved ones, but it exists as a cultural counterpoint to everything that got here, that's on a boat, that's fear-based, on judgments. Because it's you don't dictate death. Doesn't matter what you believe in, doesn't matter who your God is, doesn't matter where you're, what if you're like, it's irrelevant. When it comes to death, La Catrina is a mockery of the wealthy, because the wealthy join us as bones. That's what the joke is. When I see them, companies like Mattel, make toys of La Catrina, and watching people just get up in arms of cultural appropriation, you're missing the joke, because that's exactly what it is. They can have that doll dress up as a Catrina, but that's what we're all gonna end up as. So yeah, celebrate your death, celebrate your skull, celebrate yourself. Especially if if you're not from these lands, if our customs frighten you, if the way we celebrate shakes you, if the way we laugh at death just disturbs you, if you don't understand guess what? It's because you got here on a boat. Challenge your way of thinking, challenge your way of seeing the world, and look at the way we view it for 30 seconds, even if it's only for 3 days. And they don't only have to be in November, October 31st, or November 2nd or 3rd. Nah, bring them back to August. Challenge yourself to look deeper than just what these Catholic days gives you and how you truly celebrate these things. Because if you peel back the layers, you see different levels to everything as to why there's a heaven and earth separation within the altar, the divinity of the my bad, I'm a little bit faded, a lot of bit faded. But of the flowers, of the altar, and the images are honestly a fairly new thing, because photography has only been around for a little bit over 100 years, dog. Like, understand that sugar skulls were actual literal skulls once upon a time, painted to reflect the person skull. Like, it's a multi-level conversation. But I'm gonna let you go, Loke. It's been a good one, dog. I'm gonna try to work on my formatting a little bit more. Like I said, I've been working mad hours at work. I've been doing other things, dealing with personal issue and drama. You feel me? We're out here thugging, trying to make the best of things. But we'll get a format down. Thank you for listening to today's conversation, Loke. Again, any question, comments, dog, like, subscribe. Let a homie know on the Binge on this channel. Tune in to this, that, and the other. Sam of all trades. Happy News with Perry Kurtz. Universal Dreams, dog. Let's get our financial literacy right. That's another thing I want to talk on over here too. I want to educate Latinos on moving their money. You feel me? But more importantly, dog, I hope you stay up. I hope you have a blessed week. We out here thugging. We out here living, dog. And when you see a homie, dog, let a homie know what's hood out here, Loke. Let me know what's hood. Stay up, stay blessed, and, roll another one with a compa soon, Loke. Talk to y'all.